Okay, so this practice says which lines or segments are parallel and justify your answer. So you've got to figure out, you got to use your properties like alternate interior angles are congruent, alternate exterior angles are congruent, corresponding angles are congruent, and same side interior add to be 180. So you've got to see if any of those apply. So first, let's make this the transversal and make this your parallel line. So we're going to ignore that line right there for now. Okay, so if I look at the two angles that have the mark on them, so I'm looking at this angle and this angle, it says they're congruent. Well, if those are congruent, and I'm covering up this line so I can only focus on that part of our picture, those would be corresponding angles. So if this is our transversal and these are corresponding, that means D and E are parallel to each other. So D is parallel to E because those are corresponding angles. And that means parallel. Okay, so let's look at number 2. This is our transversal. These are alternate anterior angles. So that means line AB is parallel to line DC because these are alternate interior angles and they're congruent. Okay, so that's how you do the first part. And you're going to know your transversal because the angles, both angles are going to be touching that transversal. So let's try to figure out this one. Here's our transversal. So let's look at this one and this one. So we're going to ignore this. So we have this and this are the same, and those are corresponding. So that means this line is parallel to this one. So line AC is parallel to BD because those are corresponding. Okay, so let's look at this flow proof. That's what it says. Okay, so it starts out with your given. It says angle 1 and 2 are supplementary. Same side interior angles are supplementary. So we've got to figure out what same side interior angles are supplementary. 2 and 3 right here. This would be our transversal. This would be our line, X and Y. Those two right there, 3 and 2 are same side interior. So angle 3 is congruent to angle 2. Okay, and then it gives us that if we know that, we know angle 1 is congruent to angle 3 because you got 2 here and then 3 there. And we have to write the reason for that. Okay, and angles, it's angles supplementary to the same angles are they're congruent. Sorry. Okay, and then this is our given. Okay, and angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. If we look at angle 3 and 4, they're verticals. That's how we know. And then transitive, we're going to put all this together. So angle 1 would be congruent to angle 4. And then Q and parallel to R. So here's Q and R. And we know that because if corresponding angles are congruent, lines are parallel.